we'll straighten shit out.
I hope it's just a trend because this is getting out of hand. I mean, look what's happened to the world. It's like these PC guys, they brought it on themselves almost. But Trump was a backlash to that, and that's why it's all here.
I just wonder when the media is going to stop. I feel like they're like literally throwing Zippo fluid on the fire.
I agree.
They are convincing us that the majority of people, or that the majority of this, all have these like radical, like we need to fucking overthrow the government type
but
views.
Also a lot of the media was wrong, so it's like almost like a backpedaling
they weren't
thing,
even,
and like I don't know,
to
it's
be
almost
wrong,
like a spiteful thing now that like.
Well, it gets hits. Whatever gets hits.
Spiteful.
Yeah.
It's to be wrong implies that you thought, like, if I was wrong about something, that implies that I ever thought I was right. To be lying about something, to be falsely positioning something, or to sell people like, okay, so this is the way it is, knowing full well that it's not, and knowing full well that, like, you know, they do all the fucking polls and shit like that, like Hillary Clinton has a 99% chance of winning. There's no chance. It's like, then you get to the election day and it's like, oh, what the fuck happened to that shit? What happened to that?
Yeah.
What happened to that? You've been telling us this whole time that, like, no one. It's just like, no, you were fucking lying. You were lying to us. Regardless of if you disagree with those people, you are not doing your job as an objective perpetrator of the truth.
Right.
You were just telling us what you want us to think in hopes that it would sway us to do what you want us to do. And when are you going to fucking stop doing that? When are you just going to say, okay, so these are the people doing this, these are the people doing this. The people doing this, they're not neo-Nazis. The people doing this, they're not fucking crazy women in the streets. Just fucking tell us what's going on and give us the fucking credit as human beings to judge it objectively.
Yeah.
Stop trying to tell us it's something it's not.
I feel like a lot of the kind of like clickbaity thing, like all the like BuzzFeeds of the world or whatever, I think that's like seeped into mainstream media.
Oh yeah,
and I just wanted to get fucking drain that swamp, guys.
It's got to get ratings. It's on 24 hours a day. They got to pull shit out of you.
You're never gonna avoid that, because as long as journalism is a money-based industry, things will always be driven by money. It's the same reason why pop music is the way it is, and it's the same reason why, you know, it's the same reason why anything is the way it is, because they figure out a formula and they run with it, because if you're in a true capitalist society, that's what you do. You figure out a way to make money and you make that money. What is our responsibility, and in my opinion, it's not, the solution is not to abolish capitalism or to abolish that incentive, because we all want that incentive deep down. I want to know that if I work hard, I can make more money. I want to know that, you know, the people who... So we don't abolish that system, but we have to attribute a certain amount of accountability to the people and say, look, you have to know well enough that Katy Perry is not the best fucking singer. So if you want to jam out to Katy Perry in your car, that's great. But just know that there's real music out there. You have to know that CNN, Fox News, MSNBC is not the place where you should get your objective news. And if you're not smart enough to know that, that's your fucking fault.
Yeah, but that's the majority.
Yeah.
And how do you change it? That's the question.
But I think
40, you know.
Yeah, but that's why I think comedy's huge right now. Comics are doing arenas and the TV shows. They're writing everything. They're doing all these huge things because it's the only thing honest. You can't trust the news now. It's crazy. So you go, oh, that guy's telling the truth, or that girl's telling the truth. This is funny. I'll listen to this.
Yeah, I think if you lie to people enough, that most people will eventually catch on. Like when you slip in a lie every now and then, and it's just a bit like, I would love to think that most of the people out there, because I wonder, I'm like, how far into this presidency is the news going to be talking like we have the next fucking Hitler overtaking? I'm like, how long are they going to keep on portraying it like this instead of just saying, okay, guys, we have a guy and we disagree with him? How long are they going to keep on like stoking this fire?
Right.
You know, because it's going to make them more money just every day. Throw like, Donald Trump hires a fucking poodle as a fucking cabinet member. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he's a nut.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
It's not like he's not used to it too. Like he's
he knows what he's doing.
Public-facing figure for like 30+ years,
and it's working. I've never watched the news before, and I watch the news every day. I never watched an inauguration in my life. I watched his.
This is like the only time
and that's because
I've ever followed politics.
Yeah,
like,
me
it's the
too.
only time
I hate
it's
politics.
Ever been interesting
because
Me too.
he understood how people work. In essence, whether you agree with him or not, he understood that if he went out on the corner and stood out with a bunch of signs, that there was going to be 1,000 people on the other side of that street cheering at him.
Yeah.
He understood that. And smart people understand that. Now, when it comes down to what you're going to do with that power, that's a whole different discussion. But the fact that people are playing exactly into whatever the media wants them to do, whatever they think Donald Trump wants them to do, and they still fucking do it. It's like, at that point, like the old saying, fool me once, shame on me, or you, whatever the fuck it is. You know the fucking saying. But it's very true. Everybody knows that fucking saying.
Everyone knows,
I don't know. But the PC police or social justice, whatever the hell you want to call them, they want it both ways, because they go, hey, I don't see color, but then they go, there's not enough diversity on this show. It's like, well, how'd you know?
Yeah.
If you don't see color, how'd you know there was no diversity?
Why were you looking for it?
Yes.
Why go out of your way to look
Yes.
for the same thing with any of the people who get called out for their tweets from years ago. It's who has the fucking
that's so
time
true.
to go
They sift
thousands
years,
of tweets?
years. Trevor
dude,
Noah.
what are you doing? You have a job, don't you? What the fuck are you doing at
But
work?
that
I'm gonna tell
is
your
their
boss.
job.
I'm gonna tell your
That-
boss and get you fired, dude.
That is
Right.
Go to
their
work.
job. When
Yes.
you work at a fucking news agency, there are people that are literally paid to go through Steve Bannon's, Donald Trump's, all these other fucking people they want to demonize tweets and say, oh, in 1994 he said that. There are people that are paid to do that shit.
It's
when
such
you're
a
when you work
sad
when you
existence.
work for the media, that is your job.
Professional tattletales.
Exactly.
Seinfeld just got in trouble for saying he did a web series with Louis Black, and he said Louis Black Lives Matters. That was just his joke, and he got a ton of shit. It's like, are you serious? That's what you're doing with your day? It's a fucking pun.
You have
Is
no
this what we need to
context
fight?
Of the last name
Yeah,
Seinfeld?
yeah.
You have no
Yes,
context.
get over it. You're
Is
just
it-
looking now. You just want to be being upset is a luxury about this
looking
shit.
for being upset. That's fucking
Yes,
stupid.
people have real problems.
Too much time on your hands, dude.
Yeah, if this is the biggest thorn in your paw, you got it fucking good. It's a joke.
It is a fucking joke, and I just wonder, and that's the only reason why I don't get too worked up about it. Because talked to Eric about it the other night when he was over, and I was just saying when does this die down? Because like I said, there's only two ways it can go. It either stops being a thing or it becomes a fucking thing.
It's
only two
already a
ways.
thing.
Yeah.
It's only two ways, and I'm right now it's a thing in that I can't fucking open up my fucking Facebook feed without being raped by people's political opinions, and I do the same shit. So it's whatever.
He's a fucking idiot on Facebook. He'll get in meaningless
Oh, really?
fights. He'll get in just
Really?
fights. Last week on the podcast, there's just a little Facebook notification ticking off every 5 minutes from comments on a thread.
I just say shit
Unbelievable.
that I know. Honestly, I that's just my. I enjoy discussion. First of all,
Me
it's the whole
too.
reason I fucking do this. I enjoy talking to people, and I enjoy the idea of hearing opposing opinions because that's really the only way you grow. It's the only way you learn. It's just much like when you go to the gym. You get stronger because you fucking put up weight that you couldn't and your body wasn't used to it and it tore your muscles and you fucking went home and you woke up the next day and you're sore and then your muscles say, all right, we need to be ready for that shit next time, and they grow back and you eat your protein and you get stronger and you come back the next day and all of a sudden you can bench more, right? So you go and get into discussion with somebody and you ever been in a debate where it's halfway through you start to realize, oh shit, they might be right. Of course, at the time, you
Yeah.
don't want to fucking concede that. You're going to be like, oh, you know what? Whoever does that, first of all? When you're in debate with somebody about
Very
something,
rare.
Yeah.
who does actually, upon further review, you're absolutely right. I know I've been yelling about this for 30 minutes, but no, you fucking keep yelling and fucking defending yourself until you both die down. And you go home and you go, never thought about that
I
way.
gotta say sorry.
But that's
And-
good that you do that.
and then
That's very
next-
mature and that's rare.
Exactly. And next time but that changes you and it makes you grow. It makes you stronger mentally. And the fact that people are opposed to that kind of stimulation or opposed to even you don't get a more worldly view by narrowing your perspective. You get a more worldly view by getting an abundance of different perspectives so that you can sift through all of them and say, I see what he's saying, I see what he's saying, I see what he's saying, I see what he's saying. Not, okay, here are the people you can listen to, and anybody else we decide you can't listen to, we're going to fucking burn down the campus so that they can't speak. That is so fucked up to me.
Oh, yeah.
How did that ever become the progressive thing to do? It's disgusting to me.
I know. It's a bummer.
Regardless if you agree with them or not. It's just just let people talk, dude. If you don't want to listen, don't listen.
Right.
But let other people listen. Give people that freedom. That's what freedom is. Mm-hmm. Quit telling people what they have to do.
I know.
That's all I ever try to say. People say, stop fascism, stop fascism. I'm like, dude, right now, you're on Facebook telling me what I have to believe, how I have to think, and if I don't think it, I'm this, that, the other thing, and you're going to delete me.
Yeah.
That's fascism. You are a fascist. Fuck you.